coming through. Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me. No conversation, ain't got time for no debate. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. But he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Well, now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Oh, he's looking for a touchdown deep for Woods. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Rams take over 1st and 10.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Here's the 3rd-round pick from Memphis. It's Darrell Henderson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now it's gone. And this is going to be incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 16, Prescott. That's caught. It's the rookie Deebo Samuel. And down he'll go at the 25. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throwing, Prescott. Open man is Samuel, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Got his target, Samuel. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Here's Coleman. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
He was brought down by John Johnson. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the Rams' 30-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. On second down, it's Coleman, and he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A first down throw for Prescott. His throw caught right around the 6. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Garrett Selleck, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
We're good. We're good.
Back to the air. Goff on second down. Escaping the pressure. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
No, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
47.
First down, Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Samson Ebukam leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And he's going to go down again. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. Dante Fowler. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Goff. Man open left side is Brown. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Goff on 1st down. It's caught left side by Cooks. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Eluding the pressure right. Airing it out deep for Woods. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it. And it brings up 4th down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Strip that ball.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because...
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Goff now looks to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
This will be fielded at the 6. And bulldozing through multiple tackles. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throw to the right, taken in by Hurd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. They'll run with Coleman on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll toss it to Coleman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 41, Prescott. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That's Samuel, caught left side. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Prescott now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Corey Littleton, Pro Bowler for the first time a season ago, in to make the tackle. From the 30 on 2nd down, Prescott. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 17-yard line. When you think about the 2 quarterbacks in this game, Goff and Prescott, and of course Jared Goff, the first pick back in the 2016 class. Prescott, that same class, but he was in the 4th round, pick number 135. But Dak would take home Offensive Rookie of the Year honors. Fear not, though, for Jared Goff. He would recover, of course, and lead the Rams to Super Bowl 53 in that eventual loss to the Patriots. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Over the middle, he completes it to Hurd. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jalen Hurd His second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gould with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop.
And he's taken down, back at his own 7. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Let's go now. 30 base.
It's 59. Mike to 59. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
36. Hey, Alpha. 2.
On third down, it's McSorley. Flush to his right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fielded at the 43. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Coming to you.
Mostert. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. That one good for 33 and a first. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Dak Prescott, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gould able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. They'll roll him out right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Check. Check, nickel.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Clay Matthews, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Coleman now. And an alley to run. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a fourth-quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hard ball. Hey, Mike, 20.
Hey, Zoo. Here we go, Zoo.
Here we go on fourth. Goff dancing to his left. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And no, it's incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Coleman on the toss. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Looking to throw. Prescott gets this one left side to Pettis.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Now a give right side, Coleman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Prescott to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. After the interception, here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. 33 yards that time. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Goff. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, it's McSorley eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, Goff. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Shell. Hey, orbit.
On 2nd and goal. Goff. Well, he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the 49er hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. A gain of 3, second down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's gone. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control.